Welcome to the Live Your Dreams podcast, where success leaves clues and someone has your answer. Joined as always with my lovely co-host, Miss Tia McKissitt. How are you, Tia?
Hello.
All right, so we missed you last week, so we're glad you're back. First and foremost, I want to help somebody. Ladies and gentlemen, Fund and Grow. If you go down to the description link and hit the link, you qualify for a free funding training from Fund and Grow. The good people at Fund and Grow will give you a free funding training. All right, so first and foremost, last week we saw a nice series called From Scratch. It was something that was recommended for us to watch, and we did watch it. It took us a couple of days to watch it, but it was a really good movie, From Scratch, on Netflix, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, From Scratch, and it was a good movie. And I think when we were watching it, we said, that's something to talk about because it had so many good parts of it. But one of the number one parts was, I think, the family coming together and spending time and having fun, and really enjoying each other. What did you get out of it, Tia?
That you got to cherish every moment with your family and friends.
Yeah, I think so, because sometimes, when you and I was watching it, we were saying sometimes you wait till a tragedy happen, or you wait till somebody gets ill, or you wait till you lose someone, and then you say, hey, we really need to come together. We really need to spend time. We really need to cherish the moment. But
when you are healthy, you take it for granted.
Right. And I've always wondered, why do we wait? What's the thing that make you wait to enjoy life? Or what is it that make you wait to enjoy your family?
Like I said, people take it for granted. They healthy. Nothing is going on. But soon as tragedy strike, then they try to cherish every minute with that person or the situation.
Yeah, remember my mom came to live with us before she passed. And one of the things is, she was always like, hey, let's do it, because time was running out. And I think she knew time was running out.
Right.
And none of us can predict death. Right. None of us know when it's time for us to go. But when she was ill, she kind of knew it was coming, right?
Right.
And she had a different passion for life. She knew that everything she wanted to do it right then and there.
Right.
Because she wanted to get it done. But do you think you have to be that way? Do you think you have to wait before somebody get ill or somebody gets sick or somebody pass before you can enjoy life?
No, I think you can enjoy it now.
Yeah, and I think with your father, he actually showed that. Because, Tom was the type who was passionate about life.
Right.
He was the one who was always the life of the party or really had that zest for life. One thing about the movie that I like, not only did it have all the dynamics about different, people were different. It had so many different type of characters in it. It was very, just a whole, people came from different walks of life.
It was a love story.
Yeah. But I think the number one thing that got me was you could see the joy in people's face when they came together for holidays or whatever. It was really like they embraced it because they knew they had to cherish it, right?
Well, we got to be like that too.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the key. So what do you think? This is the Live Your Dreams podcast where success leaves clues. Someone had your answer. What do you think the secret is? Or it may not be a secret. What do you think the strategy is to enjoy life and not wait to enjoy life?
Just appreciate life every day. Once you get up, appreciate that day.
Yeah.
With your family and friends.
Yeah, I remember Tom used to say, I wake up spiritually pumped up, jump out the bed shouting. And I remember
first you got to be excited that you woke up. Some people don't wake up.
Yeah. And one of the things about that, because, I'm really trying to get to that DNA that makes it possible. Because a lot of times we say that. We say, hey, I'm going to be excited about life. I'm going to be passionate about life. I'm going to enjoy every minute. But what is it? What do you think? And I know you said
And
it.
sometimes life can turn too with you don't have all those good days every single day.
Yeah. So you have to enjoy. That's why I always say let's enjoy the moment because you don't know what tomorrow holds.
Right.
You know, you just don't know what tomorrow holds. So you want to enjoy every single moment, the ones that you can. You want to make sure you enjoy it. One of the things I liked about the movie also was that not only did it was a lot of travel in it, right? They would go to different countries, and it was different cultures.
Right.
I like that part of it, but I really like the part where after a while you saw people who were set in their ways that changed.
Right.
Right? People who believe certain things, but they changed. And I wonder what is it that stops people from being open to change? Because sometimes people refuse change.
Well, it may depends on how they was raised. You know?
Yeah. And that's one of the things where I always try to think like, what is it? Because, you know, I've always tried to live in the moment. You know, it's not easy because sometimes life happens to all of us. But I try to live in the moment because I really believe 100% that tomorrow's not promised. I've come to believe that. I mean, with everything. So maybe because
that's why you should live your dreams, do things without fear.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
I agree. I think you should just sometimes you got to step out there on faith.
Right.
Right. And just do things because you don't know. I've always wondered because you'll see some people because I just like talking to
just like my mother when she was dying from cancer and she went out to get something to eat and we said, "Oh, you can't drink that alcohol." She said, "I have no restriction."
Yeah. Yeah, that was and she did it with like passion. Like
right.
But that's amazing that passion that you feel. Why you can't feel that all the time? What stops you from embracing that feeling of the moment, man? And that's what I'm trying to get at. What is it that stops us from embracing that moment? You know what I mean?
Like I said, people take life for granted.
Yeah.
If they not sick, they not worried, you know. But it's when things happen is when you freak out.
Yeah, and then you realize, I think then you really realize that, hey, tomorrow's not promised.
Right.
Let me enjoy it right now, right?
Yeah, right.
Right, and you say, let me enjoy it right now. So what was your favorite part of that movie from scratch?
I enjoyed seeing the couple, the love that they had between each other. He really, really enjoyed cooking. That was his passion. They loved each other as a couple.
Yeah.
And when he got sick, she stood right beside him.
Yeah, I think I didn't even touch that part, how they were doing what really they enjoyed with their life.
Right.
Like he really enjoyed cooking.
And she really enjoyed being an artist.
Yeah, and she made some sacrifices.
It made him happy, you know.
Yeah, she made some sacrifices so that could happen, so that.
And he even sacrificed and moved from his country to the United States.
Yeah, that was a lot. So I think that was the piece where it really made me really think that this thing called life, we really gotta enjoy it.
That's why you go on vacation, do things. Don't let fear leave you behind.
Yeah.
You know, if you scared of that airplane, just conquer your fear.
Yeah.
Just have faith that you'll get there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's stop right there. Take a quick break for our sponsors. Short Child Care, short name, long in service. That was Tom's quote. Again, Short Child Care is booked at this time, but there is a waiting list. Please call. Put your child's name on the waiting list. Spots do open up, and Short Child Care is working hard to expand. Again, Short Child Care, short name and long in service. All right, so that was one of the things I really enjoyed with that movie. And again, I would recommend that movie to other people to see.
Well, it was a true story.
Yeah, that's right. You did look up the person, right? So it was a true story. It was a true love story.
Right. He ended up dying from cancer. Mm-hmm. And, you know, she had to move on, and eventually she found love again.
Yeah, and I don't want to tell the whole movie, but one of the things I really embraced the part where sometimes they showed her pain.
Right.
Because, when someone's terminally ill, they're going through something and they need
Right.
family with them. But sometimes you don't think about the caregiver, right?
Right.
And sometimes the caregiver could be breaking down inside.
Where they are. I mean, we took care of our parents.
Yeah. And sometimes the caregiver could be the one that needs that support also. And sometimes we forget that because the caregiver is strong compared to the one who is sick
Right.
or weak. And the caregiver has this image of everything's okay. But the movie actually showed where she was suffering, man.
Right.
It was hard.
Right.
I mean, she was upset. She was angry. She was mad. She was trying to figure out, why is this happening? And I mean, and again, I don't want to go into the whole movie. You have to watch it. But even when they would think things would be going good, it was always in the back of their head that something could go wrong.
Right.
It was like they were living timid.
Right.
Because they knew that at any moment something could go wrong. And I think that's what really, it kept you on the edge of your seat.
But at least they always thought that in the back of their head something could go wrong. People that's sometimes healthy and nothing is going on in their life, sometimes they forget that things could go wrong.
Right. And again, that's life. Because life,
maybe take it for granted.
Yeah, life happens to us all. And again, we're all one phone call away to devastation. Right. Again, we're one phone call away from happiness too. That can go either way. But one of the things with trying to really focus on what that movie was about, and I think you summed it up, Tia, it was just a authentic love story.
Right.
About people loving each other. It was about embracing differences. It was about embracing different cultures. It was about family changing their ways, right?
Right.
I mean, it just summed up life. And again, the number one thing I got from it too was when they were together as a family, as everybody was together, the happy times.
Right.
When they were dancing and they were singing and they were, eating and enjoying food and really enjoying life.
Right.
And I know we're going into the holiday season, and I'm encouraging everybody, this holiday season, don't take it for granted. Because, again, enjoy your family, right? And enjoy the times. Because this is a time when you could be with your family and you can just talk and laugh and play some music or whatever you and your family do when you're together. But really enjoy that time, because tomorrow's not promised, right? And, again, a lot of times we may think that we have it all figured out, but a lot of times we don't, because life is so unpredictable, right? It's just so unpredictable. So again, what do you think with the, From Scratch, that movie? If you would have had to take one takeaway from it, what would you think your number one takeaway would be from it?
Well, I think loving your family and your spouse and sticking together when things get hard. And I learned that they didn't take it out on each other.
Yeah.
When they was going through it. She always supported him, regardless, because some days he would break down.
Yeah, right. And what was so amazing about it, like when she was breaking down, she would always break down in private. Did you notice that?
Right, that's good.
Yeah, and she would go in the bathroom.
She didn't want him to see her, weak.
She would go in the bathroom or something and look in the mirror and just lose it.
Right.
But then she would get herself back together and pick herself back up. I wonder why.
But you know what? My mother went through that same stuff. She was strong for us, even though she was the one going through it. And she would cry in private and then get back up like nothing happened.
Yeah. What do you think? Why do you think they called the movie From Scratch?
Maybe because they first met, the beginning of the relationship.
And they had to build something.
Right.
Yeah. I wonder, was that it, or was it talking about her starting back over again? But they didn't really show her starting back over again, did they?
No.
Yeah, they just showed it at the end.
Right.
So I guess you're right with the From Scratch. They started from nothing, and they built something.
They did.
And it was
well, you saw when he came to the United States.
Yeah, It was amazing. And again, that was a really good movie. So if you haven't saw From Scratch, it was recommended to us, and T and I watched it, and it was really good.
Right.
And I'm recommending it to you, From Scratch. It was a really good movie. I thought it really kept you on the edge of your seat. I mean, and as the episodes build up, I mean, it really got even better and better. Even from episode 1, I thought was really good, but it just got better and better as the episodes went on. And I thought it was just a strong movie, I think, like you said, it was a true love story,
Right.
So in conclusion, you got anything else in conclusion?
Love your family, appreciate them, and celebrate them for the holidays.
Absolutely. Love your family. Celebrate them for the holidays. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this Live Your Dreams podcast with Success Leaves Clues. Someone has your answer. Remember, if you don't remember anything, ladies and gentlemen, remember, tomorrow's not promised. All you have is today. Enjoy the moment, right? Enjoy right now. Because if you do, I'll see you. And yes, I do mean you, living your dreams. Peace.